It was a happy reunion at the start of the Africa Eco Race as the competitors took to the start line of the 15th edition of this grand adventure. Back to the original dates at the beginning of January, the organising team wanted to commemorate the occasion by introducing a new category. Time to reintroduce to the Pistes of Africa some of the vehicles that raced in the classic rallies, and thus a new race was born, the Africa Eco Race Classic. We wanted to please all the enthusiasts who have driven, who have dreamed of seeing cars from 15 or 20 years ago, and let them participate in a category that will allow them to drive, but with set guidelines. These are people who will drive cars that have made all the great stories in our discipline. That's not the only new addition this year. To celebrate the 15th edition, Jean-Louis Schlesser really wanted to include one of the great cars of the Dakars of old, the famous Porsche 911. That's right, we're going to have some very, very beautiful cars. Porsche has rebuilt some Porsche Dakars and we're actually going to have 5 of them in the race. For the 6th year in a row, the scrutineering took place in Menton. For 2 days, crowds of rally fans came to wander around the bivouac on the Mediterranean coast to admire the vehicles before they set off on their incredible sporting adventure. This 15th edition promises to be one of the most exciting of them all, with a group of super passionate competitors determined to reach the ultimate goal of Lac Rose and Dakar, not forgetting everyone's secret goal of a good result. We're going to try. It's a 2-week-long race, so we need to be careful. Everything should be well. We need to keep the car in good order and not make any mistakes. We want as few punctures as possible, and if we manage to keep going, it will all end well. No fewer than 45 trucks, cars and SSVs are going into battle with sand under their tyres and stars in their eyes, amongst them a WRC specialist. It's a great first experience for me. It's completely new. We decided to do it quite late. It's an opportunity that came about thanks to Apache and my longtime partner AEC. I'm really happy to be taking part in the Africa Eco Race. I'm pretty overwhelmed with what I'm likely to discover, but it's going to be a wonderful experience. In the truck category, Thomas Tomacek is once more solo at the wheel of his Tatra as he attempts to defend his hard-won title from 2022. The two-wheel contingent is out in force this year. There are more than 80 bikers with 2 particular brands, Yamaha and Aprilia, ready to go head-to-head. Also of note, and it's a first, there's a Harley-Davidson on the start line, ridden by Joan Pedrero. It's a great experience for me. Being part of the Africa Eco Race 2024 is a real pleasure for me. It's a real honour. What's more, taking part in this race on a Harley-Davidson is great. Everyone knows this brand. It's an adventure for everyone and essential for the brand to do well. The bikes also have a new category in the Acerbis Rookie Cup, specifically for bike riders under 35 years old participating in their first rally over 8 days long. The key aims in the Africa Eco Race are cultural discovery, endurance, mutual assistance and friendliness. These are the cornerstones of those taking part in the Motul Extreme Rider category. But who are these bike riders about to take on this huge challenge that will change them forever? As I always say, these are modern day knights. They'll be tackling a 6,000-kilometre desert race for 15 days, alone with their trunks. Happily, they will be assisted by a team of 6 people this year, 2 dedicated lorries. They're real warriors, and I think they'll be thrilled this evening on the podium and looking forward to arriving in Dakar at Lac Rose. For the 7th time and the 3rd time at night, the race started in Monaco on Quai Antoine I. Reprising her role from 4 years ago, Adriana was alongside Jean-Louis Schlesser in the Mecca of motorsports to get the official start underway. The TV presenter was thrilled to be there, and she holds the values of the rally close to her heart. I like to think of their courage. I like to think it's a celebration of courage, determination, surpassing oneself, camaraderie, solidarity and mutual aid. I also like the fact that they live life at 100 miles an hour. It's an opportunity that doesn't come along every day, and I really admire it. Once under the arch, the adventure was officially underway. After the long months of prep, everyone finally took to the road, starting with a 378-kilometre road to Sète in the south of France and on to the ferry. Destination, Nandor in Morocco. 36 hours on board, including some celebrating of New Year. After a very short night's sleep for some, the first official briefing took place with the key word being safety. Helping each other in the race, or in the classic, and for the raiders too, is vital. In other words, if you see someone has fallen, is injured, or needs help, you stop. You press the red button if it's a medical problem, or the green button to make sure everything's okay. Pick up the bike, see if the person is okay, or if a vehicle has rolled over, see if everyone inside is okay. And then push the green button again when you leave. The time between these two actions on the area track will be taken off your final time. One more thing to do. Dive into the route. As always, it has been carefully selected and includes a collection of some of the best stages from previous editions and 2 loops in Mauritania. And bringing it all together, the resident expert Manfred Kreuss. We've tried to find new tracks, new dune crossings, and new places they've never seen before. Our aim is always to avoid the villages and find places where we don't bother anyone, where we can run the race in peace. And there may be something new in Merzouga. And so we have it, the programme for the 6,000 kilometres through Africa, 4,000 kilometres of which are in time stages all the way to Dakar. Early in the morning of Tuesday the 2nd of January, the entire cavalcade made land on Moroccan soil in Nandor. And as always, the customs formalities were quick and efficient. One single goal from this moment on, to get to the end of the first stage. The first stage of the 15th edition of the Africa Eco Race was brand new, 174 kilometres between Debdou and Tendrara on rolling pistes with several changes of direction. Raring to go, the competitors set off in search of adventure. In the bike category, the battle between Yamaha and Aprilia has already begun. The 2 official Yamahas were in the top 3. Paul Tarres was 5th in 2022 but had a tricky start to the 15th edition. The Andorran rider had what he called a stupid fall. He left in 5th position, but even after losing precious seconds, he still finished in 3rd place, only 3 seconds behind his teammate Alessandro Botturi in 1:55.59. The Italian 2-time winner from 2019 and 2020 had mixed feelings at the finish line, happy to have finished in 2nd place, but understanding that the rally wasn't going to be all fun and games. The navigation was complicated with lots of stones, all pretty normal stuff for Morocco. He left in 2nd place, but Jacopo Cerruti finished 1st. He loved the stage and didn't find it too challenging. For his first participation in the race, the Italian was happy on board his Aprilia. In my opinion, it was a magnificent 179-kilometre stage to start the rally. The navigation was already complicated for a first day. It was difficult to stay focused, but I'm satisfied with my day. Everything was okay. I'm enjoying it, and tomorrow will be day 2. A quick word on the Motul Extreme Rider, the riders who do the whole rally with only 2 trunks of equipment. The fastest today was the Frenchman Nicolas Bottu on board his KTM. In the new Acerbis Rookie Cup, victory and 4th place overall went to the Moroccan Guillaume Born. The rankings for today are also the same as the GC. 2 Italians in the first 2 places, Jacopo Cerruti ahead of Alessandro Botturi, with Paul Tárez in 3rd. Among the cars, the Apaches, the 2 hybrid vehicles, put in an exceptional performance. For their first rally raid, they had a great start. At the wheel of one, WRC specialist Pierre-Louis Loubet was taking part in his very first rally raid. He soon settled in and, helped by the experienced François Borsotto, Yves Loubet's son finished in the top 10. Also having a great day was his Apache teammate Gauthier Paulin. The former Motocross World Championship runner-up, now captain of the motocross team, was all smiles at the finish. He had a great day, enjoying the scenery, the pace and the speed. He loved it all and finished near the top of the rankings. I was expecting it to be a bit rougher than that. At the end, there were some small tracks where it was easy to lose all 4 wheels. You had to be careful. There were some small waddy crossings that were very rough. Otherwise, it was good for our car. When you have a hybrid system, you're not in 4-wheel drive all the time. It's at low revs that we consume a lot of battery power. We have electric traction. On the fast section, we were always in 2-wheel drive. We had a lot of fun and it was good for our car. That's all for today. The rally is underway with 4 more Moroccan stages to go before we hit Mauritania. We'll leave you with some of today's best images. Bye bye.